Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. Huge show coming off of a really, really fun show yesterday. How fun was it? Dan gives out a home run prop in a game he's attending and gets to watch the guy hit not one, but two home runs. So, Dan, amazing call. Dinger Tuesday is here to stay. I mean, we got to do this every single Tuesday. We'll pick a home run winner. So, what was that like? That was awesome, awesome call.
Well, Andy, and the only reason that we do it, like we said it even when we were doing it yesterday and giving out the play, it's like these are bad bets to make, right? Home run props are typically, you're not getting great prices on them. You're asking to find a needle in the haystack, but there is a book that for recreational bettors, they offer this Dinger Tuesday promotion. So the most you can get down is $10 and you get a 50% boost or whatever. So I was going to the ballpark. So I was like, you know what? I really like how Bryce Harper matches up against Luis Severino. And what happens, Andy? He goes yard not once, but twice. Philly's offense just explodes. You watched the show yesterday. We also said, hey, I know that it's two solid pitchers who are going to be on the mound. Sanchez absolutely diced. But we said, wind blowing out, 80 degrees in Philadelphia, maybe look towards the over. It took a walk by the closer, Duran, to get that over, Andy. But glad to cash some tickets for the folks. You also cash tickets for the folks in what we do to start every single show. We'll let you know who's coming on here in just a few, but let's get into it. The WagerTalk Today play of the day, Andy. These have been cooking. We lost the first one, have won back-to-back of them. So we are now at 12-5 on the season, giving you a play a minute into the show. All we ask you to do is hit that like button and subscribe. Andy, what are we cashing in on today?
We're going to go with another Major League Baseball play. We hit the one yesterday on Taj Bradley. So we're going to the Padres and the Giants, two really, really bad pitchers. I was fully expecting a 9.5, maybe even a 10.5. And no, this is pretty good odds at 8.5. I'll go over these pitchers here. Waldron has just been really bad. 3 games since returning from injury. What did Brian Leonard say? He's like a knuckleballer that can't knuckleball. So there's just these like straight slow pitches coming over the plate. So since returning from the injury, 13.2 innings, 15 hits, 15 earned runs. Hauser, not that much better. His last 5 starts, 25 innings, 36 hits, 23 earned runs. And this is a tough spot for their bullpens. Each team used forearms last night. And it's a quick turnaround for them. So they played late. Now this game's kind of in the later afternoon. It's just the weather is beautiful. So, you're getting some really good momentum from the Padres, whose bats were cold for a few games, but they put up 10 runs yesterday. Maybe that was the jump start they needed. The Giants, they do struggle to score. It's tough to take it over with the Giants, but they did have 5 yesterday. And let's face it, all 3 teams who faced Waldron has succeeded. So I think we're getting a free run here. I really truly think this should be 9.5 with these two pitchers.
Yeah.
I was thinking about going first 5, but it's 4.5. So I want the full game. I want everything involved with the bullpens a little bit depleted.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only just the Waldron side of this equation, right? Like these are 2 pitchers who certainly are struggling right now. So this does kind of feel like 8.5. Are they baiting us? We don't believe in bait lines here, personally. So 8.5 shows value. I'm right there with you, Andy. Let's go up and over. Is it square? What, they scored 15 total yesterday? I don't care. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Over Padres and Giants. And one of my favorite things about WagerTalk Today, Andy, is before we ever even started the show, this was one of the comments that was on the live stream. 8 minutes before the start of the show time, we have Scheme Dreaming saying Lithuanian basketball is rigged. And I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations. Andy, coming on the show here today, we got a great program coming your way. We got Jesse Schule coming on, the Fade God. He's got 2 teams to fade in MLB. One of them might just be a pitcher that people love that Jesse's saying, forget about it. Skee Profit's going to come on as well, the star of Profit Picks alongside Rob Vino that follows us right here live on the channel. Subscribe and you'll know when they go live. He's going to tell us, do my Sixers have a pisser's chance? Are they bouncing back? Does the zigzag stay alive as they're 7.5-point underdogs against the Knicks? What does Skee think about that one? NBA expert. And the Timberwolves' shocking win of the of at least the second round for sure. It's early in it, but one of the more shocking wins of the playoffs was them with Edwards coming back. They beat Spurs. Does it continue? Odds makers say no. We'll get some thoughts from Skee on that, Andy. But I say we get right into it. Bring in Jesse Schule in the house, the fade man himself. And Jesse, it just so happens that one of the things that you were tabbed to talk about here on the show today is the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. And that features one of the more popular pitchers in the MLB. Everybody loves the stash. Everybody loves Skenes. Jesse, what do you think about this game? And why do you think it might just be a fade spot for one of America's favorite pitchers?
Yeah, I'm looking at this game and I'm remembering last year, square bettors, sharps alike, everybody was just can't wait to back Paul Skenes for the first 5 innings. And why was that? Well, Pittsburgh didn't have a very good bullpen and Pittsburgh couldn't score a ton of runs. They've kind of flipped the script here this season. Pittsburgh ranks in the top 10 in the major leagues in scoring, and their bullpen's just average. They're ranked 14th in the major leagues with a team ERA of 4.05 among the relievers. So this idea that you need to back Skenes for the first 5, I don't know if people are still doing it, but it's not on my list of to bet anymore. But Skenes, his numbers are okay, 4-2, 3.18 ERA, nice whip at 0.85. Last start was a bit of a bad one, 5 runs, 7 hits, a pair of home runs. He did strike out 9 in 5 innings in a 10-5 home loss to St. Louis, but his numbers on the road, not great, 2-1 with a 4.26 ERA in 3 starts on the road. We all know that Arizona is a tough place to pitch, and the Pirates found that out yesterday, losing by a score of 9-0. Arizona has got a .500 record, which seems like they're not that great, but they're pretty good at home, 10-6. And they're sending Michael Soroka to the mound. Soroka is 4-1 with a 4.70 ERA and a 1.43 whip. And you look at that ERA and that whip and you scratch your head and say, but Jesse, that's not very good. Well, that's true. But he allowed 8 runs on 10 hits, 2 walks in just 3 innings in a 13-1 loss at Milwaukee in his last start. And of course, you have a start like that early in the season, it's going to skew the numbers. I don't know if you guys remember Soroka when he was with the Braves early on in his career. He was not quite as hyped as Paul Skenes, but he was one of those future aces, a guy that was really expected to be a 20-game winner for multiple seasons. Then he gets injured. Well, he's finally healthy again. He's 3-0 with a 1.64 ERA in 4 home starts this season. Problem with Arizona is, though, their bullpen absolutely sucks. They rank 23rd in the major leagues with a team ERA of 4.76 among their relievers. I like Arizona for the first 5 in this one. Give me Arizona plus a half, minus 125. I think that's a cheap price. I think Arizona will give their pitcher run support. And Skenes is hit and miss. I actually want to fade Paul Skenes as well because you can't have Skenes. It's a long season, and Skenes is the face of the franchise. He's a young guy. You got to protect that arm. There's going to be spots where you want to see him pitch 7-8 innings in a game, maybe a complete game shutout. I don't think this is one of them. He's coming off of a bit of a bad start. This is a tough place to pitch. As we get into the later innings, he could get roughed up pretty significantly. I expect him to go 5 innings, maybe 5 1/3. I'm going to go under 17.5 outs for Paul Skenes in this game as well.
I like it. 2 ways to fade for the price of 1. That's the Jesse Schule experience. Actually, the price of none. The price is hit that like button and subscribe. That's all we ask you to. No money out of the pocket for that one. We'll talk about the client plays that Jesse has rocking. But first, Jesse, a lot of times we talk about how you like fading like a popular guy like Skenes. Sometimes it's just, dude, keep on the fade train running. And if you have been riding on the Cleveland fade train in this series against Kansas City, you have been a happy man. 2 straight losses. You think they make it a 3rd straight here against Kansas City. on Wednesday night when they face off, because it sounds like the next fade for you is fading our friend Brian Leonard's Cleveland Guardians. Is that correct?
And Jeff Michaels and possibly his
all
father.
Of them. Screw them all. We're fading them.
Much like the Arizona Diamondbacks, I think the Kansas City Royals are an undervalued commodity. They're 2 games under 500, but they're 11-7 at home, and they've played the majority of their games so far on the road. So that sort of skews their record. The Royals have won 5 straight. They've won 8 of their last 10 overall, and they're sending their ace to the mound, Cole Ragans. And a lot like Michael Soroka, let's look at Cole Ragans' numbers. 1-4 with a 5.29 ERA. And right about now, people are probably saying, Jesse, are you sure he's their ace? ERA over 5, a whip of 1.45. Well, yes, I'm sure. He allowed 1 run on 5 hits, struck out 11 in a 12-1 win over the Angels in his last home start. And in 2 starts at home, he's 1-1 with a 0.75 ERA. He's great at home. There's a reason why he's the ace. As you mentioned, Cleveland's lost the first 2 games of this series. Their pitcher, Joey Cantillo, 1-1 with a 3.67 ERA. He allowed 4 runs on 5 hits and 3 walks in just 4 innings in his last start. But much like the first game, we're not going to let the bullpens get involved in this one, because Kansas City's bullpen absolutely stinks, which for an old guy like me feels a little bit weird to say, because Kansas City had one of the best bullpens in the major leagues for the better part of the last decade, but not no more. They ranked 24th with a 4.82 ERA among relievers. We'll take Kansas City minus 142 for the first 5 innings. I think it's a bargain.
I love it, Jesse. And Jesse, things have been going well in MLB. I know we were talking a little NBA beforehand, but what do you got rocking for your clients? WT.buzz/JS is where they can find you over at WagerTalk.com. Also over on picksandparlays.net. So tell the folks about that too, Jesse.
Well, you're absolutely right. Things have been going quite well with MLB, hitting 60% for the last 365 days for a profit of 65 units. And the last 365 days, that's a significant streak that you should pay attention to. The fact that I'm a perfect 8-0 in my last 3 days of action, completely irrelevant. I wouldn't even worry about that. However, I do have a 5% soccer play available this afternoon. It goes today, this afternoon, on the Champions League semifinal. I haven't bet a 5% soccer play since the last World Cup. And the last World Cup, I hit 71% of my plays in that tournament, 3 of 4 of my 5% plays. I'm the number 2 profit handicapper with soccer on the website all time, and really excited about that 5% play this afternoon.
Love it, Jesse. Best of luck this evening. Cash that 5%er, man, and best of luck on your fades as well. Well, they hope that your luck doesn't continue, but I do, Jesse. Appreciate you, brother. We'll see you again soon, my man. Jesse Schule, the fade god.
I love that his nickname is the Fade God, but it's not. Yeah. It has nothing to do with fade.
It's not like Trent. It's not like Book It with Trent, where we're like, yeah, fuck him. You know, we're just like, no, he knows what he's doing here with these fades.
Yes. So, Bruce asked, did the play of the day cash yesterday? Yes. It's cash. So we're 2-1 this week. So hopefully we can get that one. Thank you to everyone that got the NBA. Overall. Yeah. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that NBA play yesterday. We do hit that one. Dean Wade over 4.5 points, and I think he got 5. That's all we need. So I think he took 3 shots, Dan. Yeah, that's all we need to get to.
That's all it takes.
All it takes. So and he no points in the first half. So I'm watching the first half, and I'm just like, oh my god, he's not going to get his shots. And then he gets it like within a 2-minute run. But yeah, cricket play goes off on Thursday, and we have a monster pack up today. We have 6 plays today. And we have a 5% bet that goes off tomorrow. So Alfred, we didn't have a winner yesterday in picking a team to get double digits. We're going to try and get one today, but Alfred, you're going to get the 3-day pass for that one yesterday. But if you guys want to join, a 3-day pass is the best way to do it right now, because you're getting all of today's plays. We have MLB, NBA, NHL, and lacrosse is going up. 4% lacrosse is going up, and then we have a 5% play that is on DraftKings tomorrow. So if you have DraftKings, get a 3-day pass. And I would even say, Dan, I'll even do a let it ride with your lacrosse and then our 5% best bet. So yeah, you love this lacrosse play.
Yeah, I do. It doesn't make sense to me. So the play-in games for the NCAA tournament that starts this weekend or tonight. So there's two different matchups. One is lined correctly. One doesn't quite make sense. So you can head on over WT.buzz/AL, and we're gonna do a little let it ride. So we'll start a new ladder. It's a little rough over the weekend with our lacrosse plays, Andy. So we refocused, retooled, really dove in. I like this one to open up the tournament. So let's ride. Let's get after it, brother.
Absolutely. So, all right. Let's bring in Skee. Let's bring in Skee. We got to talk some basketball. Let's start with that, and then we'll talk a little WNBA. But first off, how was Hawaii?
Can I ask a question first?
Yeah.
Dan, did you play lacrosse?
Yeah. So I played, I coach, I played in college as well. So I'm very close to the sport. And then the professional league, it's not as huge as even like the MLS. I work with them in like a capacity. So I work with them, getting them influencers and things like that. So I'm really tuned in. And when they started offering these things on DraftKings, I just started partnering with Andy. I send them what my plays are. We give them out to clients, and it's worked out really well. So it's a lower volume market, but it's on all the books. It's on DK, FanDuel, Caesars, all of them. So you just got to talk to your friends in Vegas, start getting them out there, and then you can start getting down. Let's go, Skee. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. You got a lot of experience and knowledge in the sport, and it's not a sport that everybody's looking at. It definitely makes sense.
Yeah, that's for sure.
One last thing, Andy.
I like this. He came prepared. I like this. He comes back from Hawaii and he's like, no, I'm asking you questions, bitch. Let's go.
This one is not a question. It's more so me following up on what I said last week. I'm pretty sure it was last week. I said Cade is one of my favorite players, but he's been really disappointing. And since I said that, he's been everything but disappointing. He's been doing everything he's supposed to do. And the Pistons look like they were supposed to look to start the playoffs. So if they continue to do like this and play like this, watch out for those Detroit Pistons. So I just wanted to give Cade his credit after I, was talking a little bad about him last week.
Did you notice? I'm sorry, I may be the only one that paid attention. Did you notice Jalen Duren, when he's not going up against his ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend, he all of a sudden has a lot more confidence?
Yeah, and also I thought it was funny that Angel Reese did a lot of chirping and talking, and all of a sudden her comments are turned off now.
Funny how that works out, man.
It was noticeable. I was like, oh, Duren's got his confidence back. How about that? So yeah, good one from Detroit. So well, let's go ahead and talk about some of the games tonight. We've got a couple of them here. We've got the 76ers Knicks. We got the Timberwolves in Spurs. The first two games of these series could not have been more different. Knicks with a huge blowout. Spurs just don't show up. Timberwolves catch them off guard. So let's start with the Eastern Conference. 76ers versus Knicks. Knicks minus 7.5 over under 216. What do you think?
Well, I've been making money with this Knicks team pretty much since the game? I don't know, maybe like 3 games ago with the Knicks. We just saw like a flip in their philosophy. Like usually when this Knicks team plays, it's just Jalen Brunson, ISO, or Jalen Brunson pick and roll. Now, I mean, yes, they can still rely on that whenever they need to, but they started to run the offense a lot more through Cat, and that's just unlocked so much more efficiency and, everybody else getting involved, and the Knicks have looked like a different team. I mean, you can just look at the box score for their last 3 games or 4 games, and you'll see the points that they're putting up. I think it's like 130-something, 140 even maybe, 120-something. The offense is clicking. And the way that I saw – I mean, I understand Philly came off a 7-game series, and they didn't have that much time to prepare defensively. But I'm just unsure what adjustments they're really going to make. I know it's game 2. They're obviously going to make some. But as long as Embiid is on the court, Jalen Brunson, he's going to have a field day in that pick and roll because Embiid is in drop coverage. And you just simply can't do that for Jalen Brunson. And they can probably switch some of those back cuts and other things, but I don't see a way where they stop everything. Knicks have been a well-oiled machine the past week, 2 weeks. I think that is going to continue. So I would look towards something like Knicks team total You put, I like the Knicks. I'm looking towards an over. You put them together, you get a Knicks team total 111.5. I mean, I think they played the Sixers team 4 times in 2026, and they cleared that every single time, whether in a win or a loss. And they're playing their best basketball offensively right now. So I think betting on the Knicks to score is the best way to get involved in this game.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Embiid. Like they can they have bodies to defend him, and then he's just a liability on defense, as Dan knows. This is just a brutal situation for him. So
yeah,
we'll see. You worry about the zigzag theory at all here? We've kind of seen that in effect. It's kind of been working.
Well, that's kind of what I'm when I say what kind of adjustments are they going to make, that's the zigzag, right? The team that wins usually doesn't come out and make an adjustment right away. It's the team that loses. The question is, what adjustment can Philly actually make? And I mean, unless you're taking Embiid off the floor, he's not fast enough right now to move. When people take him off the dribble, he can't step up and help. It's just not a lot you can do unless he's off the floor. And when he's off the floor, it obviously hurts Philly's offense. So this time, I don't see how they're going to zag in this game too.
Let's move. Spurs better hope there's a zag here. What do you do? What can you possibly take away from last game and how it affects this game? Can you take away anything from that? San Antonio -10 over under 216.5.
Well, first of all, I feel like a lot of people need to, understand and realize that they're underestimating this Timberwolves team. I know they've had injuries, etc., but majority of these guys and this coach, I mean, they've been to the Western Conference Finals. What is it, back-to-back times, I think? This is a very experienced team. They have a very good coach, and they're going up against a team who hasn't really been there in a while. Nobody on that team is really doing anything in the playoffs. Don't have that experience. So, and look, you can kind of compare it to the Pistons in game 1, right? Then maybe they got the wake-up call, and you see a better effort, better performance in game 2. And I kind of feel like that's what we're going to see here from the Spurs. I mean, it was a very uncharacteristic game 1 for them. Yeah, both Wemby and De'Aaron Fox combining for, 21 points. Spurs shot less than 30% from 3. They only got, 18 free throws? I think a lot of that can be corrected or positive regression, however you want to say it. And I think you get a really good game from the Spurs. It's a max effort spot. You cannot go on the road down 0-2. They've got a taste of the playoffs, the physicality. Wemby said before the series he's looking forward to a challenge. As far as schematically, he said Portland was really straightforward. Well, you got your challenge, and it's your chance to respond. So I think the Spurs do have a better game in them. I think that, them scoring 102, playing that poorly offensively, I think that they can get a lot more points in this game. So similar to the last game, if I like the Spurs, if I think there's going to be points in this game, Spurs team total sounds pretty good. The one thing I'll mention is Minnesota. They're injured, but they found more offense. They found Terrence Shannon Jr., he's been a dog since he's been at Illinois. They just need to give him an opportunity. And you see how he can score the ball almost at will. Also, it's a matchup problem. Julius Randle. I mean, what are the Spurs going to do with him? So I really do think both teams can score. But I think the max effort, I think the positive regression for the Spurs makes me like that side a little bit more.
Yeah, the Terrence Shannon thing's been kind of wild when they just sent him out and was like, go right at Jamal Murray. just smash into him, get some free throws, make him work.
I'm a big fan of Terrence Shannon Jr. He got a good game.
Yeah, not scared of the moment, man. You haven't heard from him all season. All of a sudden, there he is playing 35 minutes upset against the Spurs. So I mentioned
this yesterday, but I'm just gonna share it really quick. When I was in Hawaii, I was at the bar. It was a bartender, a guy who was a diehard Minnesota fan, and it was Game 7 for Minnesota, and he was like, "We already lost. There's no way we're gonna do anything." And I'm like, "You still got other players that are cool. You got Terrence Shannon Jr." He's like, "Come on, man. This is the playoffs." I wish I could go say what's up to that guy again. I know he's feeling good now.
Yeah, you got to be feeling. I think the Spurs. I don't think you can play Wemby 40 minutes. He's just not there yet. It's too physical. I mean, Luke Cornett, I know it's a step down from Luke Cornett to Wemby, but Luke Cornett is no joke. Only getting 8 minutes and them trying to put 40 minutes on Wemby's body is just, I just don't think that's going to work. Gobert's too physical. Even Randall is physical. So I thought I was stunned they played him 40 minutes. And also that's not going to work over the course of a series. He's just going to get worn out and beat up. Yeah, you can't play him 40 minutes. So, and I know it's hard. You got Wemby sitting there. Like, what are you going to put him on the bench? I think they do. So, all right, WNBA is right around the corner. I can't wait for this season. It's going to be awesome. What are your thoughts kind of coming into it? Any storylines, any teams you're excited to fade or support?
Honestly, I'm excited for it all. There's so many teams that are good. I mean, the rich get richer, the Aces get Kennedy Carter. It's very hard to see them not winning. I think they're the favorite to win it all without even looking at the odds so far. But a lot of teams, a lot of movement, and they even added a couple more teams to the league. So we'll get more basketball every day. I'm really just excited for that. WNBA does start on Friday, and there's already one play that I'm eyeing, for Friday. There's another play I'm already eyeing for Saturday. Like I mentioned in previous weeks, with all the movement that's going on, there's going to be opportunities early in the season, to take advantage of some soft numbers. So I'm looking to do that. The only reason I haven't played them yet is just because I want to get the injury report, the full injury report that will probably come out in the morning, because there's a couple of players that I really care about that I want them to be for sure in that say game time decision. So if you want to be involved, there is a good package up. You can get WNBA early bird special, and you get the rest of the NBA playoffs for free. Basketball is my wheelhouse. NBA playoffs. I'm up this year. I think I'm 16-9, and if you go back to 2023, up around somewhere like 170 units. So if you want to be involved with all that stuff, you can get involved over at WagerTalk. And also, if you want to hear more NBA, Rob Vino and myself are going to break down the games in about an hour. I'll say 10:45 Pacific Standard Time, and we'll have a conversation back and forth on the 2 NBA games for tonight. So a lot of different ways to check me out over at WagerTalk.
Hey, make sure you ask permission before you grab Skee's package.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't mind. I'm sure he doesn't mind. But yeah, WT.buzz/HP. Skee, best of luck tonight, man. Best of luck with WNBA. I know I'll be tailing, so keep it rocking, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Later, guys.
Take it easy.
Skee Profit. And yeah, right after us. Well, not right after us. You get a chance, go grab lunch, go get ready to go, and then Skee and Vino will get you ready to go for NBA tonight. All you got to do is subscribe whenever they go live. Boom, you'll get a notification if you hit that little bell. We appreciate it, folks. Keep those likes, subscribes coming. And Andy, we'll have all around the world here to end the show, but I've been going back and forth. Our friend Tom Viola got us in contact with a guy who, I mean, if you like next level analytics, this guy knows them through and through. He's even created some own systems that you can take advantage of. Andy and I take advantage over at EV Analytics, constantly. So we're very excited. Have him on here a couple of times throughout the month here. Maybe a standing Wednesday if we can win Derek over. That's right. Derek Carty joining the show here today. Derek, how we doing, man? I'm glad we were able to get you on, brother.
Yeah, doing well. Thanks so much for having me on. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Andy and I, we've on the show, sometimes we'll hop on to EV Analytics and we just do specifically team-focused stuff is what we've been doing, kind of giving people overviews of, hey, this is a streak that's maybe unsustainable, or this is a streak that's looked like it's trending upwards. Something that you dive into is taking a lot of these things year over year and finding ways to make bets on them. So tell folks a little bit about how you've come up with some of these projections, what they can use EV Analytics for, and what you've kind of pursed in, and the the projection systems that you've created yourself that help bettors cash in.
Yeah, so I created the BadX projection system, which you can find for sports betting at EV Analytics. If you're a baseball nerd, the season-long projections are over at Fangraphs. You might be familiar with it from over there. It's been the most accurate projection system in fantasy baseball for the last 6 years, according to Fantasy Pros. I've been in the space for close to 20 years now, building projections. I've worked with a lot of really, really smart people that are making decisions for major league teams now. using a lot of really advanced methodology that teams are using themselves, really accounting for everything that you would want a projection system to account for. Obviously the basic stuff like the quality of the batter and the hitter, but also, park factors, weather factors, umpires, catcher pitch framing. This past season, I added a whole new pitcher stuff model, which looks at like every pitch on an individual basis, looks at its velocity, movement, spin rate, tunneling, interactions with the other pitches in the pitcher's arsenal, also all sorts of fun stuff like that, to get a better sense of who a pitcher is. And if a pitcher changes all of a sudden, we can get a better sense of who the pitcher is. He just added a curveball. Well, okay, now the system's going to pick up on that really quickly. It's done really well. I've done sports betting now for probably about 5 years. I keep a tracking sheet. I've been doing this for about 5 years now. Since 2021, I'm up 572 units between baseball and football. Woo! Yeah, it's been a good run using these projections.
That's awesome stuff. We got the screen share right here, so you kind of see a little bit about. Yeah. Okay, so what have been some good bets this year? What teams have you done well with? What players have you done well with in MLB?
Jose Soriano is one that I've done a lot with on the prop side. The system was really high on him coming into the year, and then after his first start, we saw that he really improved his stuff. And so Soriano props have been good. Angel stuff in his starts have been good. Basically was a guy who leaned a lot on his sinker, had good secondary stuff, but had a really bad four-seam fastball. This year, he's gone to the four-seam fastball more, the sinker less, and the four-seam fastball has gotten way better. So between that and between his three secondary pitches that are really good, he's been fantastic this year. Just had a rough outing a couple days ago. But apart from that, he's been really good, and he's been a guy that the system has been on basically since the beginning.
Well, and that's why I'm glad that Andy asked that question, because I'm wondering, you drop those numbers on how you've kind of ISO'd in. Andy and I, what we like to do is, especially when talking about props, ISO in on a player, ISO in on a team, ISO in on something that you can really, dive into. Is that what you do, or do you just kind of, you check out what the projections are looking at, what the bat is looking at, and then you purse down from that? Or do you say, hey, Soriano is a guy who I've been cashing in on. This is a guy who, as long as the number makes sense, when he's on the mound, I'm typically going to have a bet either on him, against him, whatever the projections say. Like, is it really player by player basis, or is it more just, hey, it depends what the projections are really pushing you towards?
Yeah, for me, it's always going to depend on what the projections are pushing you towards, and what the market is giving you on a guy. Soriano, okay, he's been profitable his first few starts, but the market at some point is going to catch up. So really, when we're betting, we have to have an edge betting. You need to be accounting for something that the market isn't. So eventually, the market is going to be accounting for how good Soriano is, and we're not going to have an edge on him anymore. Until that happens, I'll keep betting him when the projections say there's edge, but eventually the edge is going to disappear and you have to find a new edge.
Well, and Derek,
go ahead, Andy. Go ahead, Andy. Yeah.
Is it same with football? We love doing football props, and love like just finding the same, like Christian McCaffrey over his receiving. It was just like the books just would not move it over 50 yards, and he just kept like over. Is it a lot of the same stuff in NFL, or is it a little bit different for your process than MLB?
Similar process for NFL for me. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll find more of like a general angle that applies to multiple guys as opposed to one specific guy, and keep going back to it. So like one thing that I love to do in football is backup quarterbacks. Anytime a bad backup quarterback is going to start because the starter is hurt or is, whatever, give me all of the overs on Tim Boyle and Easton Stick, and like those are
this is right up our alley.
And they do so well because nobody wants to bet the over on these bad quarterbacks, but they're still like in the NFL. They're rostered by NFL teams. They're out there practicing against NFL caliber players, and the books set the line so low because they know people don't want to bet the over on them, so they know people want to bet the under, so they'll shade it as far down as they possibly can, because people are going to bet it anyway, give themselves a bit of an edge, and then it kind of, they're almost daring us to take the over on it, and we get an edge that way.
Well, that's
You and I
something
are
that
gonna-
Andy. Yeah, go ahead, Andy, because that's
You
something
and I
that,
are gonna-
especially NBA.
You and I are going to get along just fine, Derek, because I love the horrible backup quarterbacks.
Yes.
Like the starter, they have at like 288.5, and the backup comes in and it's like at 142. And it's like, well, like he's allowed to throw the ball. And then you also get garbage time. If they're getting their ass kicked, he goes out in the fourth quarter and he can have 80 yards to sail over the
Garbage
total.
time is where it's at with these guys. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And let's be real and let's be frank. Like if they don't show out or at least be passable, probably going to be the last stop on the tour for some of these guys. So, you know, there's incentives that also aren't baked into the number for these backup guys. Derek, we so appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time. We'll let folks know, you know, where they can check out your site, where they can follow you on Twitter. But anything, you know, the folks tuning into our show, they love the free picks, man. You got anything for us that we should be eyeing? Anything that the Bad X projections spit out today that we should be betting in MLB, NBA? What are we thinking?
Yeah, I have two that I think look pretty good right now. One is Tyler Glasnow over 7.5 strikeouts, plus 102 is the best odds on the board. I have it good down to minus 122 or so, which is available pretty much anywhere you're looking. Carlos Correa got injured yesterday for the Houston Astros, and they've kind of shook up their lineup today. They have Bryce Matthews leading off, who is an extremely high strikeout guy. They have Zach Cole in the lineup, who's a high strikeout guy, a very high strikeout guy. They have Zach DeZenzo in the lineup, who's a high strikeout guy. It's a different lineup than they'll normally roll out there, and it's filled with strikeouts. And so the Glasnow stuff is looking pretty good right now. And then the other one that I like is Jared Kelenic. Under half of a hit, plus 115 is the best odds on the board, good down to about even money or so. This is an angle that I tend, when I talk earlier about, okay, backup quarterbacks is like an angle that I'll take and that projections will identify. One of my favorites is guys who are not going to, in baseball, guys who are not necessarily going to play the entire game. So Jared Kelenic is a guy that the Bad X projection system says has about a 38% chance to get pinch hit for once the bullpen comes in. So what we're looking at is instead of potentially 4 or 5 plate appearances for Kelenic, we're looking at an average of maybe 3 or so. And over time, those kind of edges really do tend to be very profitable. So I'm looking at the under on Kelenic today.
Awesome stuff, Derek. This is great. Appreciate all your time, man. Thank you so much for joining us. And we've been using EV Analytics, so your free tools are great. And go check him out over at EV Analytics. And Derek, hope we can do this again.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. If you guys liked it, comment below. I know that we had some people giving a little shout out. Thanks, Derek. Nice to meet you. I appreciate that. Give him a little shout out. Comment below and let us know. You have questions for him for next week. We're going to try and have Derek on, if time allows, every Wednesday around 12:30. So you want next level analytics, Derek's the guy to go to. I mean, the record speaks for itself, documented and super selective, able to find a way to hit up over 500 units. Unreal stuff. So appreciate Derek hopping here on the show, guys. Comment below if you have any questions for him for next week. We'll ask him next week. But yeah, we use the tools and this guy dives in. I mean, you're handicapping umps. That is music to our ears, Andy. That is
Yeah,
right up,
awesome
right
stuff.
up. Right up our alley. If you guys made it this far, we appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe. We had Seth who was just tuning in. So don't worry, Seth. I did timestamp Derek's breakdown. So he explains what the Bad X projection is. Essentially, it's a confluence of a lot of things that he believes are prescriptive in prop betting. It puts it together into an algorithm. He uses that to bump out projections that then lands him on what his plays are for the day. So umpire analysis next week. Titans CT, we got you. But right now, Andy. Oh, you got a question?
Yeah, we could do a question. Do you like Matt Olson over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs? Is there anyone you guys like for HR candidates? I'm looking at Matt Olson right now. I did not realize he was on fire this much. I mean, he has been lighting it up. No Acuna, but he has just been incredible. I mean, I'm looking at his last 10 games, over a 9 out of the last 10. And I did the show Prop Line. That Prop Line is up. It's got your same game parlay of the day, and we actually did the play of the day on the Braves to go over their team total at 3.5. That was the play of the day on that show. So if I like Olson, or if I like the Braves to go over 3.5, I really like the matchup that they have today. I don't trust this pitcher for the Mariners. Yeah, go back to Olson. He's not barely getting over. He's at 5-3, 5-3, and 4, and you're getting a really, really good price on that. So I think that's a great find, and I'm jealous that that I didn't find that one. So great one. But I mean, Dan, on a day like today, there are like literally, I wonder how many actual props are out right now.
Oh my
MLB.
god. Yeah, it would make your head spin. You know what I mean?
Like,
the amounts of to choose
like,
from, it makes me want to
There's
puke.
like 152. There's got to be a way to figure it out. But yeah, on the average day, how do you figure out of this 100,000 props? How do I narrow it down? Anyway,
Yeah.
all right.
Unreal.
Well, let's do all around the world. So let's do a couple free plays. We're going to go to the Truist Championship that starts tomorrow. Myself and Jan and Dan recorded the cut line yesterday. So you want a bunch of, we break down that tournament, give you some DraftKings lineups, give you some outright winners, and give you all of our thoughts. But I don't understand this line. I guess it's name value, but I will happily take Matthew Fitzpatrick plus 158 over Rory McIlroy. Rory McIlroy has not played since the Masters, and this guy in his career is major or bust. And I'm not sure anybody on the planet is playing better than Matthew Fitzpatrick and Cameron Young. I think you can put in that one. But Rory McIlroy's dealt with back issues. He could be a little bit rusty. And Matthew Fitzpatrick, he won the Zurich with his brother as his partner, but he won previous to that, finished 18th, and before that finished first and second. He is on fire, and I'm just not sure Rory McIlroy should be this big of a favorite over Matthew Fitzpatrick. So take that one. And then keep your eye on the injury report because there's a really good prop out there. If Io is out, I'm assuming Edwards is going to play and get similar minutes, but Conley was actually pretty good for the Timberwolves in the first game, and they have his points at 4.5 points. He was 4 of 7 from 3-pointers in that game. And honestly, if you're the Spurs defense, if there's a guy you're leaving open, it's Mike Conley. So if Io's out, Conley's going to get you 24, 25 minutes. And all you all access clients are people that have been following my NBA plays. Dan, I don't know why, but these props on 4.5 points, they're just going over. Like Dean Wade has been awesome. So like when I see 4.5 points on a guy that's going to start, you only got to make a couple shots. And the guy went 4 of 7 from threes. So yeah, but keep your eye on the status. If IU is going to play and start, then I'm not really sure I like it. But just it's probably going to be one of those. Just keep an eye on the C right before game time. So
yep.
All right. That is going to do it for, and yes, I know leaving Mike Conley. Yeah. Saying leaving Mike Conley open in the playoffs is terrifying if you're a Timberwolves fan. So, Rob, that line is available everywhere. I see it on DK right now on my screen, but that play is also available on a bunch of other sites as well. So, all right. You know what? For those of you that ended the show, let's do the double digit thing again. Let's do
I like
digit.
it.
Yeah.
Let me
leave in the comments.
Yeah,
leave in the comments what MLB team is going to get to double digits. We brought this up yesterday that like every day there's at least one team that gets to double digits. Yesterday there was 3.
Yeah.
So, and we got a lot of teams playing. We got a lot of nominees. So post your WagerTalk username and what team gets to double digits. If you get the right team, then we'll happily. Yes, see, Titans, you said Red Sox yesterday, and you didn't put it in the comments section. And then they
said it on the air, and then you didn't put it in the comment section. You have to play. You have to play to get paid. You know what I mean? Scared money don't make no money. Drop it in the comments below after the show goes live.
All right, I will go first. I will pick. Lance McCullers has been bad. I'll go chalk and say Dodgers. I know that's an easy one. Padres could eat. Oh yeah, we had a pitching change. Padres Giants. That game is off the board. So San Diego decided to send out a pitcher who can actually throw over the plate.
Unfortunately,
with some velocity. Yeah. So
well,
that one's out there.
Mine I wanted yesterday. The game ended up getting canceled for inclement weather. Who knows if it will today again, but give me St. Louis. I wanted St. Louis. I think if they played that game yesterday against Spruitt, they would have went over. I think if they end up playing it today, they're going to get over. That total seems low in that game, but St. Louis Cardinals, that's my my double-digit entry. So you comment below with your WagerTalk username which team you think will reach double digits in the MLB tonight or today. There's a 110 going on here. And as long as it's timestamped correctly, boom, you're entered into to win there.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, get notified when all of our shows go live, as well as our preview videos and breakdown videos. We got a lot of really, really good ones. So Colsey asks, are we still on the 8.5 with the pitching
that's
change?
a good question.
No. Well, I mean, it's officially a no play on the in the WagerTalk system, and if you already bet this, it's probably a void on your book with the pitching change whenever they make a pitching
so we don't
change.
have have a play of the day then, technically, Andy.
What
do we do?
Okay, do the Padres team total over. Hauser's still
deal.
pitching. Hauser's still pitching, so I would take Padres over.
So we'll put an asterisk on the WagerTalk Today play of the day, but if you need a play, Padres over. It's a non-graded, so this is guaranteed now, Andy, that the game's going to go over because it's not going to count towards our record. So
yeah, and it's going to be like 7-4 Giants win. Padres lose by a half. We would have had the over. So
yes.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. Good luck on your bets and take care.